We got a Big Ten regular season finale for you with a whole lot on the line. The Illini hit the road once again as they wrap up the regular season and in West Lafayette against the Purdue Boilermakers. And not just any Purdue Boilermakers team. They are 25-5 and they are ranked 5th in the country. They've already clinched the 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Today they're looking to pretty much, barring a disaster in the Big Ten tournament, lock up a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament with all that race at the top. But Illinois, they're coming off a good win against Michigan, which they were able to hang around the entire game. They went through some adversity. They blew a few leads as well, so we'll look out for that today. But they were able to fight through the end. A few bad calls didn't go their way, but they were able to fight through that adversity and ultimately win that game in double overtime. And for me, who was sitting courtside, couldn't have been a better game to be at. It's senior day at Mackey Arena tonight. Purdue, an interesting team. They've only got 2 seniors on their roster, and those are David Jenkins and Matt Frost. You look at Purdue, they're number 5. They're very successful. All of their starters are returning next year, barring a transfer. They only have 2 seniors in Jenkins, he's playing for his 4th team, and Frost. I mean, they both definitely aren't the most reliable guys on that team. They don't get as much playing time. So Purdue, all of their stars are coming back. And one guy, that's the 7'4" center, Zach Edey, number 15. Look out for him today. He leads the Big Ten in points, leads the Big Ten in rebounds. He's 2nd in the Big Ten in blocks. He can do it all on the defensive and offensive end. And he's only a junior, so he's still got next year, and we'll see where he goes from there. Illinois, as I said, they're 20-10. They're in this mess in the middle of the Big Ten, tied at 2nd at 11-8 in conference. That's with Iowa, Northwestern, Maryland, just to name a few, all in that mix. Now, a win today makes them 12-8 in the conference, and it also means that even if Iowa would beat Nebraska later today, even if Maryland would beat Penn State today, they are all still going to need, or they still can't overpass Illinois, as they're all going to be at 2nd in that Big Ten. So it'll create a whole havoc for seeding in the Big Ten tournament. But one thing is for certain, Purdue has already locked up that 1 spot. For the Illini, it's Brad Underwood in his 6th season. He pushed the Illini to a 1 seed just a few seasons ago. Early exits these back-to-back years with a lot of success. They're having another successful year. I believe it's 4th season that Brad Underwood has picked up 20 wins. It's the first time since, I think, the 90s that Illinois boys basketball and women's basketball have had over 20 wins. For Purdue, it's Matt Painter. He's in his 18th season. He's got all the experience in the world, and he is an unbelievable coach. Not only because of the wins, not only because of the way he goes about in the game. Look at his recruiting. Going back, he's got 2 starting freshmen on his roster. He's got all these juniors. He's got all these sophomores. He's got a lot to work with. He can use it all. He knows how to use it, and that's the big part. Their versatility, their depth is a big reason why they're at that 25-5 mark right now. Illinois, our X factor today. How are we going to use them? I think we can pick 2, maybe even 3. It's going to be Matthew Meyer, Coleman Hawkins, and Dane Danger. Danger, they're 9-2 when Danger has over 10 points. He only played 8 minutes or so against Ohio State a week ago from today. He only played 18 minutes against Michigan just the other night on Thursday. So we're going to see how that kind of matches up, how that mixes, especially with that 7'4" Edey. Do they want to get it to Danger, or do they want to keep the ball away from Edey and see if they can find more success there? Hawkins, 6'10". He's a big guy. He's just not as strong when it gets into the paint. He's more of a he's not as much as a paint player aside from a very strong Danger and Meyer. Do you want him to be taking threes because they had a lot of success in close when they were taking it towards the basket, neutralizing Hunter Dickinson the other night against Michigan. So is that the approach again today for Illinois? We're going to have to see what Brad Underwood does. We've seen him put Danger in there to start. It hasn't worked out. We've seen him mix in Brandon Lieb, the 7-foot junior, who has a career high in games this year. So we've seen Brad Underwood kind of try to mix it up with him. And it'll be an interesting approach. It's the first matchup of these teams this season, so it'll kind of be a little feel game for both these squads early on. But they like to play fast. They like to get toward the rim. And I think you got to expect Purdue to feed it to Edey because he is because of his elusiveness inside. He is going to have a 7-inch height difference inside on Danger or Hawkins. And even if the approach for Brad Underwood is if early on, maybe we don't want Edey to get the ball, then that might also have to force him to foul, and Edey can shoot free throws. I mean, he can do it all. So for Illinois, who does not have a designated big man this year, the advantage definitely goes to the Boilermakers. A loss here won't hurt the Illini too much. It's a quad 1 loss to a very good number 5 Purdue team, but it will kind of hurt with seeding in the Big Ten tournament. And they're going to have to be cheering for Nebraska and Penn State today so that Maryland and Iowa and some of those other teams can't pick up the wins. That would push Iowa, Maryland, all those guys on top of them. So it's a whole mess in the Big Ten. A win today for Illinois would go a long way. A win for Purdue would just help them with some seeding in the NCAA tournament as they already have that 1 seed locked up in the Big Ten tournament. So to end the regular season, the Illini go into a packed Mackey Arena. Always an energetic building. Purdue is so good at home, 12-2. The Illini are so great at home as well. They're 15-2, but they're 4-7 on the road, and that's a whole problem. They couldn't handle the environment at Ohio State last week. It's going to be hard to handle the environment today at Mackey. So we'll have to see. It's the rivalry, Indiana, Illinois. Bordering states. And we've got a whole kerfuffle atop the Big Ten. Or in the middle of the Big Ten, I should say. Atop, we already got Purdue locked up. Well, our starters today, we see Terrence Shannon Jr. out there with Melendez, Meyer, Hawkins, and Danger. Fletcher Lawyer, the freshman. This guy's unbelievable. He lives with Braden Smith. They've said that their chemistry together has gotten unbelievable. That's another freshman getting the start. Brandon Newman out there as well with Zach Edey and Mason Gillis. And so with that, get a look at Matt Painter, 409 wins in his career at Purdue. They're rocking at Mackey. Danger against Edey, a 7-inch height difference, and Edey will easily win that tip back. It goes to Fletcher or Braden Smith. Let's get that scoreboard up, and we're off and running. Left wing Newman. Swung around Smith, dumped down Edey. Edey kicks corner Smith, swung around Lawyer. Lawyer, left wing, Newman. Edey, triple teamed inside, back to Newman, down low, Gillis! Shot fake on Hawkins, and he puts it up and in with the left hand. Purdue draws first blood. Illinois turned it over. Shannon gets poked by Newman. Shannon trying to go take it right back, but Newman is able to get right up toward the basket, and just 30 seconds in, Purdue gets points off turnovers. Man, they have aggressive defense. Shannon Not expecting it there. That's 4-0 Boilermakers. Shannon, right wing Hawkins. Hawkins runs into Edie and has to lob it back up high. Shannon, Hawkins at the top of the key. And he tried to force that one to Danger. It's tipped. Danger able to grab it. One dribble. And now his pass intercepted. Tried to get that one back to Shannon. Newman with the sharp hands. Smith drives, kicks. Gillis, shot fake in the corner. And on Danger, goes back to the corner. Illinois wanted an out-of-bounds call. Instead, Newman will try a long three. No, Edie reaches over to grab the rebound. And the shot clock will reset. There's Smith. Screen from Lawyer. Smith tapped the key. Now Edie on the screen. Smith finds space and scores. And it is 6-0 Purdue. Illinois just looks stunned. Shannon. Just 2 minutes in, Purdue started the game on a 6-0 run. Now Shannon falls down and travels. And the Illini are a train wreck. Just a minute 56 in, and Brad Underwood does not know what to do. Purdue's pressure getting to the Illini early on. Already 3 Illinois turnovers early on. Gillis at the left wing, poke check Hawkins. Gillis will reset and leave it for Edie top the key. The 7-footer hands it off for Smith. Wide open lane up the middle, and he finishes over Danger. Brad Underwood wants a timeout. 2 minutes, 14 seconds in, and the Illini already have to burn one. 8-0 run to start the game for Purdue. The boys in orange just look stunned today. Do they have a response coming out of the timeout? They struggle on the road. They struggle with the environment. And that's what we've seen here. They just look depleted. I mean, they don't know who they got on defense. Few unlucky breaks on offense. A few sharp defensive play for Purdue. And in a tough environment, it just gets to you. Just gets to you pretty quick. It will be Illinois basketball. Here's Hawkins. Slowly up the floor. Now Shannon at that center court logo. Meyer checks into the game. Meyer, kick, corner three. Hawkins! Missed it. Melendez fighting for the rebound with Smith. And they both got a hand of the ball. It will be a jump ball. Possession belongs to the Illini. Shannon. Lobs up for Hawkins. Meyer. Backdoor Danger, and he threw it behind him. Out of bounds to Purdue. Miscommunication there. It was a nice play, but I think Meyer had a nice lane to the bucket if he just took it. Tried to force a pass into Danger. They said they want to get it to Danger, but sometimes you just can't force it. Illinois started the game at Michigan hot, but that's what home court advantage does to you. It's the complete opposite today. Shannon's dad standing up in the crowd, not liking what he's seeing early on. Here's Edie, handed off Lawyer. Fletcher Lawyer, the star freshman. Newman, a wide open left wing three, and it's nothing but net. An 11-0 run in the first 3 minutes of this game for Purdue. They've made 3 of their last 3. Meyer, Hawkins, Danger, left elbow. Handed off, Meyer. Shot fake, drives, jumper from the free throw line. After a few bounces on the rim, he gets the roll, and the Illini break the shutout nearly 4 minutes in. Now they come with a full court press. Smith working on Shannon. nearly traveled. Instead, he gets to the Edie right elbow. Hawkins tried to poke that one away from him. Not successful. Then it goes to Newman. Newman drives in with the right hand, pivoting. He's triple teamed. Hawkins and Meyer, and the pass is intercepted. RJ Melendez runs the floor, stutter step, and he's fouled. RJ Melendez, he's elusive in space. He's got that speed towards the bucket. You saw him kind of try to split two defenders, but it works out. He's fouled. In comes Ty Rogers, so they want some speed into the game. They'll take out Danger. This is what we've seen. They've wanted Danger to get out there early in the game. They've wanted to see if they can match up Danger. And they haven't. Purdue has been able to do that very nicely. And they want to go with more of a speed approach with Rogers out there. So Melendez, shoot 2 shots. First one's good. Melendez is a good free throw good free throw shooter, up over 80%. So it's the Illini team that shoots under 70% from the line as a team. Melendez, one of the best games of his season the other day at Purdue, or the other day versus Michigan. Sincere Harris will also come into the game for Melendez. And here's Smith. 4 minutes into the first half. Next stoppage will be the under 16 timeout. Purdue has been hot from the field. Edie inside on Hawkins. He missed the layup, and it's out of bounds to Purdue. And Hawkins does not like the call, but we will go to the under 16 timeout. Boilermaker basketball coming out of the break. After an 11-0 Purdue run, the Illini have responded with 4 of their own. Do they have more of a response out of the timeout? Find out when we come back. Illinois, Purdue. This is a fun one. We got a fun start, and we're back right after this. Well, while we're at this early timeout here, I want to get to something that I wanted to mention early in this basketball game. And I already talked about Purdue's depth. I talked about how young they are. But let's talk about Illinois, who's kind of, I want to call them the opposite, but they're really interesting. Brad Underwood's been known as a great recruiter over his years. He's gone out and gotten all these guys, these transfer guys. He's gotten all these young guys, and Harris and Rogers, who are going to be kind of the future, and Coleman Hawkins as well, Luke Goody, Jaden Epps. But they only got 2 seniors. It's their 2 stars, and Shannon and Meyer. However, last year, they lost all 5 of their starters in Kofi Coburn, Alfonso Plummer, Trent Frazier, Jacob Granderson, and DeMonte Williams. Those were all of their starters. This year, they brought in 8 newcomers and only had 5 players returning, 3 of which don't even play. So they're still just getting a feel for things. We saw that early on in the year. We saw them struggle trying to get that chemistry down, but they're starting to find it, 20-10. But they still got a long way to go, just in time for the season to be over. So we'll see what kind of energy they bring come tournament time. But it'll be interesting to see. I think it could go either way. We've seen teams that have success in the regular season for Illinois these last few years, not have success in the Big Ten or in the NCAA tournament. Will be the opposite with a team that's had their up and downs in the regular season, but can they find success in the regular season? Oh, a Hop and Mackey Arena here on this senior day. They've started good. An 11-0 run to start the game. Since it's been a 4-0 run for Illinois. Austin says it suck. They suck. It's been some bad luck today, but it's also just been some bad forced plays as well. As Newman will lob it up high for Edey, and he finishes up over Hawkins. That is too easy. Edey has 6 inches. That came out wrong. A 6-inch height advantage over Edey. So now Purdue back up 9. Shannon on the pick and roll goes up for the jumper, and we saw him hit a few key ones against that in overtime with Michigan from that same spot, and he's able to answer with 2 of his own there. Shannon has his first points today. Harris with that lockdown defense on that 3/4 court press. Brayton Smith at the left wing, and now in for the first time is first. There's Edey, hook over Hawkins, bucket, and a foul. Zach Edey, those long arms. I mean, with those long arms, he almost has he has like 2 feet. 2 feet height advantage with those arms on Hawkins. I mean, there's nothing he can do. Hawkins is straight up, I'll say that. But when Edey's just 7'4", when he goes up and you're like this, he just automatically hits you. I mean, he's so tall. For a 7'4" guy, he's also first in the Big Ten in free throws attempted, which isn't a surprise. Not only does he shoot a lot of free throws, he shoots over to 70% from the line. And that's hard to do for a big guy. Lead back up 10 for Purdue. Officially 5 minutes into the first. Melendez to Harris. Sincere Harris directing traffic. Danger's back on the floor, but he ran into a wall of gold jerseys. Able to escape it to Melendez, and now Shannon splits 4 defenders, dumps it back off for Danger, who's bumped by Edey, and that'll be the first personal foul on Zach Edey. I like that. Danger able to move down underneath that basket there, and that'll force Edey to come off the floor. He's got his first foul today. Corner 3, Shannon. No good. Harris tries to tip in the rebound, and he does just that. Sincere Harris. Not that tall, but he's able to go up. Tip that one in after the Shannon missed corner jumper. Harris, the 6'4" freshman. He's going to be key in these next years to come. 2 games ago, a season high 24 minutes. Brad Underwood loves his defense. But he's speedy on the offensive end as well. There you see that lockdown defense on Lawyer. Lawyer slips around a screen jumper, that's Smith rather, and he hits it from the right elbow. Purdue has had the answer all game long. There it is again for Braden Smith. Now the Illini want to speed things up. Rogers to Harris at the right wing. And now Shannon will slow back down. Ty Rogers. Danger at the free throw line. Danger back to Rogers. Rogers, right elbow. Stutter step, but he missed the layup badly. Didn't even get a piece of the rim. I think he was surprised at how open he got. Now there's Ethan Morton on the floor for the first time. Same with Kaufman-Wren, who fires from long range. And Trey Kaufman-Wren, the 6'9" freshman, drills a long ball. And it's 21-8. Illinois has struggled scoring in the first half all season long. They only scored 19 first half points against Northwestern a few games ago. Melendez misses the jumper. Danger fights for the rebound and pulls it in. Danger. Strength to his advantage there. Melendez, screened by Danger. Harris fakes the 3. And now floater is good from Sincere Harris, who's already on the board with 4 points. Purdue tries to catch Illinois sleeping. Morton, Smith. Gives everybody a breather at that P logo. Center court. Smith. Braden Smith trying to shake Harris, who just will not let him get by him. Smith, shot fake, but he traveled. Sincere Harris. What defense from the kid. Him and Shannon will take a break now as Hawkins will check back onto the floor. That's a Purdue turnover. Or, excuse me, Harris will stay on the floor. Looked like he was going to the bench. Instead, Hawkins comes in for Shannon. Harris to Ty Rogers, brings it baseline here on the near side. Now backing down to the block. Rogers double teamed, has to give it back up high. Hawkins. Harris, long three. Sincere Harris is hot. Oh my! Isn't that fun to see? The 6'4" left-handed freshman from downtown. I mean, some of his threes this season have been atrocious. He doesn't like to shoot them, but there he got an open look. He took it early on in this one, trying to get hot. And he's already got 7 points early on. Lawyer downhill, rejected, and it's out of bounds off of Lawyer. Illinois basketball. There you go, make a three, put it into defense. Melendez comes from behind to swat it away, and it hits off Lawyer's bicep, out of bounds to the Illini. R.J. Melendez, 20th in the Big Ten in the defensive rating. He's a really good defender. And watching courtside the other day at the Illini game, I mean, it showed it just even that more, as Rogers will lose the basketball out of bounds here. As that, I mean, that's just been something that's weird. Like, it's a lot of this stuff where we just lose the handle of the ball. So it's kind of interesting. It might be nerves. It might just be slippery hands. It might just be trying to do one too many things at a time. But it will be another Illinois turnover, which they've had plenty of early on. Ball back to Purdue. That would have been a big score there to get it back within a 2-possession game. But instead, we will hit the under 12 timeout. It's a great game from Mackey. Illinois in Purdue. It's an 8-point game as we hit the under 12. We'll be back in a minute from Mackey. Well, Purdue just has not been able to miss today. They're shooting 75% from the field. They're 9-12 from the field. They've already hit a few 3 balls. And they've only turned it over 2 times aside from an Illinois. Already 5 turnovers in the game. And also points off turnovers. Illinois just got a turnover a few minutes ago. But then Rogers turned it right back over. So points off turnover is going to be a big part today. Points in the paint is going to be big. Purdue's 12 of 21 have come in the paint. Helps with Edey in there. But Illinois, they're going to need to find a way. And I don't know what the way is going to be. But like every team who plays Purdue, they're going to need to find a way to neutralize Edey. They're going to need to find a way to get to the paint on offense and score with Edey's presence. Harris already has 7 points. So I mean, get the ball to him. He's hit a few outside shots. He's gotten to the basket a few times as well. So I think that's maybe the guy you want to go with here. 11:46 to play in the first half. It's an 8-point game from West Lafayette. Purdue comes in trying to almost lock down one seed in the tournament. Illinois trying to secure themselves in the Big Ten tournament. And not have to worry about how Iowa's game turns out later, rather. How this Maryland game against Penn State's going on. They won't have to worry about all that. Purdue has lost 3 of their last 5. So kind of a rough finish to the season. But both teams have won one game in a row. Trying to couple win streak to finish the season. Illinois, a very second half team. They score almost 75 points per game. But a lot of times they've hardly been able to hit 30 in the first half. So see if the offense can get hot here in the final half of the first half, I guess you would call it, as Newman Ray's pass is swatted out of bounds by, that hit Gillis's hands. I thought Meyer knocked it out of bounds. No, Gillis just lost the handle. First year Purdue redshirt Mason Gillis. He's been with the Boilers in his second season now. Hometown just about 2 hours outside of West Lafayette, so a hometown kid. Speaking of hometown kids, they've got 9 in-state recruits. That's what I'm talking about earlier. Matt Painter's so good at his job. He's one of the best coaches in college basketball. Another Purdue turnover. It's their third. Shannon Meyer, a 3-ball. No. And no Illinois rebounders. Will be pulled in by David Jenkins, playing for his 4th team. His final game here at Mackey Arena. Off-balance shot there. Rebound fought for. Meyer's head hits the floor. And I hope he'll be okay as he's holding his head. His noggin came and hit that floor hard. Already seen a few Illini this season struggle with head injuries. Jaden Epps is out today with a concussion that he suffered at practice a few days ago. Missed that Michigan game as well. Shannon's missed a few games this year with a concussion. Inbounded to Gillis as it is Purdue ball after that jump ball. Inside, it's the backup big man, Trey Kaufman-Renn. Renn bodying up on Hawkins. Renn spins to the right hand. He finishes off the glass and in. Melendez leaves it for Sincere Harris. Meyer, left wing, fakes the 3. Meyer to Hawkins at the free throw line. Hawkins drives with the right hand, spins, kicks. Melendez in the far corner. RJ Melendez baseline. Back to this corner. Harris, one hand pass Shannon. Swung around Hawkins. Fakes the 3, drives in, and scores. Coleman Hawkins. Nicely done. And the deficit's back to 8. Illinois 6 of 12 from the field. Purdue 10 of 14 as we've hit the halfway point here in half number 1. Kaufman-Renn double teamed. Pass a bit risky there. Shannon nearly got a hand out in front of it. Newman, step back, fake the 3, gives it to Gillis. He'll fake a 3 as well. And now Newman will take one, and he missed it. Newman's 1 for 2 from beyond the arc. Shannon running the floor. Terrence Shannon poked out of bounds. But it will be a fresh possession for the Illini. Edey back into the game for Purdue. We've seen a clean first half of this first half. Only 3 fouls combined. Purdue started the game on an 11-0 run. Since cooled down, but now with Edey back on the floor, expect to see maybe something like that again, possibly. You're on senior day at Mackey Arena. Inbound Meyer. Meyer spins baseline, kicks Luke Goody a 3. Missed it too long. Defensive rebound, Mason Gillis. He's 19th in the Big Ten in offensive rebounds, but there he gets it going on the defensive end to give Purdue another chance at it here. This is Ethan Morton. Left wing 3, Newman, and he's gone cold after making his first one. He since missed 2 straight. Now Melendez in transition. Melendez. And again, Illinois wants to slow it down. They like to play fast in transition, but today they've kind of gone to the slower approach at things. 11 minutes into the first half. Shannon Luke Goody. Goody, the redhead sophomore. Hawkins, between the leg dribble, and now he'll kick it to the corner. Melendez for three, missed it, and race for the rebound. Hawkins got there in time, backdoor Goody, wide open layup. It's a 6-point game, Hawkins to Goody, and the Illini are starting to find their rhythm. Jenkins looking to grab the momentum back. Gillis, bad pass. Goody goes on the floor to track that ball down. From his backside, he gets it to Hawkins. Hawkins, Meyer, he finishes, and the foul. Matthew Meyer, and one, with a chance to cut it into the lead back to 3. Finishing through contact. As Jenkins swept in there and caught him across the arm. So Meyer, the 75% free throw shooter. 5th-year senior, the Baylor transfer, knocks the free throw down, and all of a sudden, Illinois has made it a 1-possession game. They're on a 12-2 run in the last 4:48. 7-0 run in the last 2:17. Purdue has not scored in 2 minutes, 56 seconds. Inbound Smith. Braden Smith trying to drive in on Harris. Instead, he has to give it up to First. Tripped up there as Harris kicked his leg up to trip up Morton. That's only Illinois' second team foul to be the first on Harris. 8:07 to go in the first half. Approaching the under 8 timeout. As back in comes Fletcher Lawyer, checking in for Morton. Lawyer gets it to Smith. Now First. First had his number 3 stolen from Smith when the freshman came into the program. As now Danger fouls Edey inside. So back-to-back fouls for Illinois. Both teams sitting at 3 team. So next stoppage will be the under 8 timeout. Maybe they got Goody for that foul. They got one of them. Lobbed up high, Smith. Inside 8 to go. Smith to Newman, top the key. Gives it to Edey. Why not? That's too easy. Purdue puts an end to Illinois' run. 5-point game once again. Ty Rogers at the left wing. Directs traffic. Danger fakes the handoff. Danger works it to the far corner. Back up high, Shannon top the key. Shannon works off a screen. A step back 3. Too strong. Offensive rebound, a good Goody. He'll give it to Shannon again. Jab step in, and another errant pass from Terrence Shannon Jr. He's trying to get it to Danger instead of just taking it toward the basket. That's the second or third time there's been miscommunication between Shannon and Danger. It's Illinois' 6th turnover, and we're going to see them on defense coming out of the break. The under 8 timeout, Purdue basketball, when we get back in a 5-point game from West Lafayette. Well, as we approach the final minutes of the first half, let's see what the Illini can work up coming out of this under 8 timeout. They've already turned the ball over 6 times, but they've gotten out in transition a few times. They're 1 for 5 from long range, but they've also, what has helped them is they have been able to get the rebounds on some of those. They've been able to get to the glass. Goody with a few rebounds. Harris has 7 points. And I mean, it could be a whole lot worse against number 5 Purdue and after the start that we had. But I think we've responded to adversity well early on. And now let's see if we can have another nice run. So we were on that good run there. We were on a 12-4 run before Edie cut it. We were on a 12-2 run before Edie cut an end to that right before the break. Purdue, however, trying to get back to a nice lead right after Illinois cut it to 3. Let Edie get inside. And then a turnover there from Shannon. As Danger is the only Illinois player that is yet to record a point today. Oh, excuse me. Him and Rogers are the only Illini player yet to record a point today. But here's what I'm talking about with this chemistry. I've gone back to it a bunch already today. But I just want to lean back to this again because I was talking about it earlier. Danger and Shannon, at the end of this break, I said, I said, Illinois has 8 new players. Danger and Shannon are both of those. They've never played together before this season. And now, here we are with, and here we are, and they just don't have the chemistry on those passes. They've overthrown a few passes. They've missed behind a few guys. So, not what you want to see. But now, it's all about responding to adversity. And here's Purdue. Fletcher Lawyer. He's not afraid to shoot the basketball. We haven't seen it yet. Braden Smith leads the team in assists. Lawyer guarded heavily by Rogers. Now Smith working on Harris. Smith darts in with the right hand and will pull up. Smith looking for somewhere to go. He has first. First spins off a Goody, and they called a foul on Goody? I mean, it saved the basket, but I don't think it was a foul. Inbound to the corner first. Top the key. Smith. Screened by Edie. Smith with the left hand. Tip by Danger. Edie gets the rebound over 4 Illini. And there it is, Fletcher Lawyer. Look out if he gets hot, but he misses that one too strong. Lawyer, I said, he's not afraid to take threes. He's attempted the 10th most threes in the Big Ten this year. He's made the 16th most. Terrence Shannon Jr. 6:30 to play in the first. Rogers tapped the key. Harris. Sincere Harris. Wants Shannon at the right wing. Screen from Danger. And now swung around for Harris. Harris with 3 to shoot. Danger! Rejected by Edie. It's a shot clock violation, and it is another Illinois turnover, and it's Purdue basketball once again. Edie just too tall. He doesn't even have to jump to swat that one away. 6:18 to play in the first. Illini with 7 turnovers early on. Edie has it beyond the 3-point arc. He's like, give me some help. He does have help. There's first. Returns the favor for Edie, and Shannon gets to goaltend that one. Oh, they did not call it goaltending. I mean, that's as clear as day when it comes to goaltending. Like, Shannon touched that ball pretty much when it was about to hit the rim. I mean, that's unbelievable. They did not call that goaltending. But it'll help for Illinois. However, it might not help because Edie is a very good free throw shooter at 73%. It's the first one. To a 6-point game, he can push it to a 3-possession game with a make here. Illinois has been able to hang around in this game nicely after Purdue started the ball game on an 11-0 run. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, hauled in by Rogers. Rogers moves it up the floor with some pace. Meyer, back to Rogers! Fouled by Edey, who claims he was straight up. Rogers went down to the ground pretty hard, but he appears to be all right, and he'll take a trip to the free throw line for 2. Edey's already got 2. I mean, that's kind of why you want to go at him. I think he is straight up. But I mean, Big Ten refs, they just, if you touch him, it's going to be a foul. Big Ten refs are making me lose more hair every day. First free throw from Rogers. He struggles at the line. 38%. I mean, he couldn't make one to save his life the other day against Michigan. He doesn't get much elevation on his free throws. First one's no good. He needs this second. Well, he doesn't need it, but he'd love to have the second one to give him some confidence, and he will not drain it. So with 5:52 to go in the first, it's Purdue ball in a 5-point game. Smith, a jump pass. First, handed off Smith. He's got some open space, and he'll pull it from the right elbow. Missed it short. Rebound first, and he's fouled. So through the first 8 or 12 minutes or so, we only saw 3 fouls. Now the teams are really racking them up, as I think they got Meyer on that one. No, they got it on Harris. That's going to be Harris's first. Or second, I should say. First falls down. Lawyer fell down, but he's back on his feet. Smith with the left hand. Finds some space and will get it. Wide open look for first. No good. And now Harris. Sincere Harris tie Rogers. Rogers to Harris. Harris pulls up from 3, but he missed it. He made one earlier. Maybe getting a little too confident. Smith with 5 to play in the first. Smith gets a lethal screen. Top the key. Toilet bowl. And a finish. And now Harris hurt himself. I mean, he got absolutely destroyed on that screen. It was a clean screen from Kaufman-Renn, but I mean, Harris just ran right into him, and then Smith is able to toilet bowl it in. Harris was a bit shaken up last game after a play. He was all right. So now we'll see. He's all right. Rogers to Danger. Danger Shannon. Danger spins off 2 defenders, and the reverse up and over layup is good from Danger. 6'9", 270, not a small guy whatsoever. There he just kind of slipped through 2 gold jerseys. He gets the finishing close. Now on the defensive end. Oh my goodness! Oh my! Isn't it funny how the Big Ten goes to calling 3 fouls the first, 12 minutes of the game? Now they just have called 10 cents. Come on now. Trey Kaufman-Renn's at the line after Danger fouled him. Looked straight up. That's what the whole Illinois bench thought. Brad Underwood looking on. First one from Renn is good. 65% free throw shooter. Purdue, a good free throw shooting team, 75%. Second free throw, no good. A battle for the rebound. Thumbs up. Illinois ball. Rogers to Harris. 18 minutes of the first half. Illinois trying to go on another run. Get back close before we hit the break. Meyer. Danger. Double teamed. Has to lob it back to the left wing Meyer. Meyer. Melendez, a high pass. He's able to haul in right wing 3. Meyer, but he missed it. Rebound up for grabs. Grabbed by Rogers. And then he got stripped by Smith. A 1-on-2. Lawyer pull up 3. Missed it again. And a push off from Caleb first. And it is the under 4 timeout. These teams starting to go cold from outside, but when they're getting inside, they're becoming unstoppable. We'll see if they can make some adjustments here at the under 4 timeout. 3:54 to play in the first half before we hit recess. Illinois trying to end it on a high note as we have made it to the under 4 media timeout in half number 1. Oh, I got one from West Lafayette. Illinois down 7. What can they draw up when we come back? Welcome back as we approach halftime here in half number 1. We're starting to find some nice pace to this game. Illinois with a few runs. Hallie is on. But Illinois with a few runs. Purdue has had the answer all game long. But what we need before the half is we just need to, I don't necessarily want to say trading baskets, but we need a few baskets, stop or 2, and try to at least get within 1 or 2 scores before we hit the break. And then hopefully, as we've been a good second half team, hopefully come out in the second half. We're coming off 2 days rest after a 2 overtime win against Michigan the other day. So, I mean, you can't, it's kind of hard. That's now 6. This is the 6th game in about 13 days for Illinois. So it's been a long stretch here to round out the season. But I mean, now we're hitting Big Ten tournament time. You've got to be expected to play a lot of games in a lot of days. So it's only making us better. Today they're looking for a big win. They're going to need to do so in comeback fashion as they trail by 7. Here with 3:25 to go in the first half. Whose ball is it coming out of this timeout? It's going to be Illinois ball. Weird little camera angle they got going on here in Fox. Meyer, left elbow, his pass knocked down, but it bounces right to Melendez. Fresh possession with 10 to shoot. Melendez, cross over to left hand. Melendez drives in, and he gets rejected there by First. Now in fast break. Bucket and a foul. I don't know where the foul was, but it's a strong finish through contact and a trip to the line for Brandon Newman. And that'll put Purdue in the bonus with the team's 8th foul. I mean, if that one on Melendez, if that one on First coming down and blocking Melendez wasn't a foul, how is that one on Illinois a foul? Like, I don't even see where he got hit. Big Ten refs. I hate them. Free throw from Newman. Nothing but nylon. And out of nowhere, it's a 10-point game. Illinois had that run to get within 3, but Purdue has had the answer. Shannon, another turnover. Newman fouled again. Terrence Shannon Jr., get him off the floor. That is the 3rd time. He's had 3 times where he's thrown it out of bounds on passes, and here he just dribbles it off the foot of Newman, and then Rogers comes back and fouls him. So Newman will head to the line again to shoot 2, trying to make it a double-digit lead in a game that seems like 2 minutes ago was a 3-point game. It's because 2 minutes ago it was a 3-point game. But I mean, that's just how basketball goes. Purdue, they never go away. First free throw, good from Newman. Leads 11. We need a run here to end the half. 3:17 to go. Goody's back on the floor. Danger will sit down. He went on that run when Danger was off the floor, so count for that. Second free throw rattles in and out. Melendez fights for the rebound and comes down with it. Matthew Meyer. 17 minutes into the first half. Meyer, 3. Nearly airballed it. Rebound up for grabs. Goody dives to tap it back inbounds, but it went to the wrong team. And now in transition, Newman, 3. Bucket. 14-point game. It's an 8-0 run in the last minute 45. Illinois back to a standstill. Screen from Goody. Rogers at the free throw line gives it to Shannon. Shannon drives in with the left hand. His pass to Rogers picked off. Another turnover from TSJ. Knocked in for Kaufman-Wren. Wren jabs for Meyer, who pokes it away, but it goes right to Newman. Lawyer with 10 to shoot, pull up 3, Smith, and it is a 17-point game. Timeout, Illinois. A 14-2 run in the last 3 minutes for Purdue. Illinois has not scored in the last 2:41. They have had 3 turnovers in that span, and they've made 1 of their last 7. 2:05 to play in the first. And what was a 3-point game just 3 lonely minutes ago is now a 17-point Purdue advantage. They've made 2 threes in the last 30 seconds. Illinois with double-digit first-half turnovers. Shannon has had 5 of the 10. Boy, have the tables turned. We need to get a few buckets out of this timeout. We need something to go our way. Sincere Harris. Meyer left wing. Meyer to Danger in the paint. Danger double team, kicks it back out to Meyer with 15 to shoot. Meyer, baseline. Matthew Meyer near block. Goes to Harris. Harris drives with the right hand, off his foot, but it bounces right to Danger, who finishes through contact and 1. There's the big bucket from the big guy, Danger. Fresh out of the timeout. The Baylor transfer only played 3 games in his last year with Baylor. Only the sophomore, so he's a big part of the years to come for Illinois. 9.7 points per game. 51% free throw shooter. Looking for a big one here. Put an end to the scoreless streak for Illinois. Distractions behind that basket. But Danger is able to handle it and knock it down. 40-26, 140 to go in the first half. Dane just checks out. Purdue has already played for Big Ten tournament seeding. They've won that 1 seed. Now they're playing for Purdue ball out on the out of bounds here. That was kind of an interesting little scrum there. But now they're just playing for NCAA tournament seed. A win today would really help their trend toward the 1 seed. Purdue has been much better without Edey, as Brandon Lieb is now on the floor for Illinois. Smith dug himself into a hole, but then both guys bit on the shot fake. He ran into a double team, the pass fake, I should say. Lieb and Harris both left him, and then that led him a wide open layup. Meyer on the pick and roll. His pass intercepted. Turnover number 11. Lawyer, Newman, all day. Wide open 3. That's too easy. A 16-3 run to close out the half. 48 seconds to go. Melendez, jumper. No, rebound. Harris dives for it. Melendez goes down as well, and it's the 5th jump ball of the first half. Possession to Purdue. Brandon Newman, when he's hot, he's hot. Red shirt. First year at Purdue. Junior this year. He's already got 15 points. That leads all scorers. Purdue's made 5 of their last 5 field goals. Illinois just cannot handle the road environment. They did not turn the ball over much in that 2 OT win against Michigan the other day. They turned it over at Ohio State, a loss a week ago from today. It's been the same story once again today. Purdue can make it a 20-plus point lead on the bucket here. We need to stop. Kaufman-Wren, hand it off. Lawyer brings it over the right wing with 10 to shoot at Smith. Smith reverses it for Newman. Newman slips through a hole, drops it back. Kaufman-Wren gets the home roll. It is a 21-point Purdue lead. 5 to go in the half. Harris, one final. Oh my gosh! What are we doing? Harris doesn't even get a shot away. He tries to pass it to Melendez instead of taking the shot. And Brad Underwood will walk off the floor with his head hung in shame. The Illini have had a few big comebacks this year, but the way they looked in the first half, I do not see it happening. They pushed the deficit to 3, but then the refs started calling fouls. The defense started slowing, and the offense started turning the ball over. Can't happen in March. Purdue up 21. We have hit halftime. From West Lafayette, we're saying goodbye from the first half. Second half right around the corner. We'll be back to summarize the first half and preview the second half when we come back. Illinois in need of another big comeback. What is new? We're back in a few minutes. Welcome back for the second half of basketball. But first, we got to recap a crazy first half, and not a good kind of crazy. Illinois down 21. We see it again. We see them come out. We see them come out. Excuse me. We see them come out slow. Then, to make things better, they go on a run. But then to make things worse again, after the run, we think that we're hot stuff. We get off of our game plan, which helped us get on that run. And then we let Purdue end the half on an 18-3 run. They go 6 of their last 6 from the field. Brandon Newman, who averages just over 5 points per game, has tripled that in the first half, leading all scorers with 15. Purdue has been better without Edey on the floor today. Terrence Shannon Jr. has turned the ball over 5 times. Illinois already got 11 turnovers in the first half to a Purdue 4. Purdue leads in points off turnovers. They got the better field goal percentage. They've got the better 3-point percentage, 6 of 12. Illinois is 1 for 8. They have double as many points in the paint. Everything going Purdue way in this first half. And Illinois, and if you want to flip it, everything going against Illinois. A few bad calls went against them. But there comes a point where you just have to work through that. They worked through adversity in that Northwestern game, which they were down like 19 at half a few weeks ago. They worked through adversity in that Michigan game, but they haven't been able to do it on the road. Today, we see if they can do it on the road against a top 5 opponent in a stressful environment. But in March, you have to be able to work through these kind of environments, because you can't just come in thinking that it's going to be an easy road. I mean, it's going to be ferocious in there, especially at Purdue. But we got to come out of the half hot. We'll see what Matt Painter wants to do. Edey with 2 timeouts. So you put him in the game. You guys have been better without him in the game. So we'll see what they decide to go with there. Maryland up 5 on Penn State. If Maryland wins, Illinois it'll almost be a must-win. Otherwise, they could be a 7, 8, or 9 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Still got a little sweet for Dr. Pepper on the commercials, eh? You're never going to get away from them. Purdue, a young team. We've seen it on display. They got their speed. Senior day. They're playing for the seniors. They got a great crowd. They got a great energy. They're better than Illinois in almost every category. So, Purdue should win this game, but Illinois we need to at least put up a fight. And that's what we have not done. In games, other teams, they can win, but put up a fight. Put up a good showing, because it looks bad when you lose even when you lose to good teams. We're a good team too. But you can't have losses like that, especially in March, because they look at every second of the game. And in games like this, it ain't going to help your seeding. One benefit for Illinois is the Big Ten tournament. It is in Chicago, so that's a very makeable trip for many Illinois fans. They should be able to create a good environment over there. Let's see how that all shakes out. And we're also going to see how this second half shakes out. Purdue ended the first on an 18-3 run. The last 4:29. Illinois was able to push after Illinois was able to make it a 3-point game there for a little bit. We need to come out fast. We need to come out on a run. Let's look at the Big Ten standings. With a win, if Iowa wins and Maryland wins, they move above Illinois. If Illinois wins, they stay at that 2 spot. If they lose, they drop down. They're tied with Michigan, Michigan State, Indiana, Northwestern as well. So it's really going to hurt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If all of those teams that I just mentioned win, Illinois is a 9 seed with the loss. That doesn't sound good. In the Big Ten tournament. It could be worse. But I wish it was better. It could be. They have had comeback wins. But getting down 21 on the road in Purdue, it's not easy to come back. We averaged 75 points a game. We've scored 26 in the first half. After we were within 3, I mean, we didn't score for a long time there to end that first half. But also, Purdue is shooting 62% from the field, so that doesn't make it easy either. But now they look for a bounce-back second half. At the very least, get some positive energy going into the tournament. They saw their bright side in the first half, but then the second part of that half, it all went downhill from there. So now they look to build on some negative energy. They look to get some positive energy and at least go out on a somewhat positive note, because we have not seen it today. Zach Edey, the Big Ten point leader, rebound leader, block leader, free throw attempt leader, 6th in the defensive rating. I mean, he hasn't been on the floor that much so far today. He's only played for 9 minutes so far. It's been a lot of their small guards. But they outscored them They outscored Illinois 21-6 in the final 5:52 with Edey on the bench. So, not liking it. But now you try to build on any positive you can. That's what you got to do when you're down as much as this. Illinois has 2 timeouts, Purdue with 3. Illinois basketball to start the half. Arrow will now go over to Purdue. Hawkins-Meyer top the key. Meyer with Lawyer in his face. Gets a screen from Danger and pulls up on 3. And it's no good. What is that? That's what you draw up out of the half? A contested 3 like that? I mean, you see it from Meyer all the time. Another Baylor transfer on this Illinois team. He's 18th in the Big Ten in points. He can score. 5th-year senior, but I mean, I don't like that path. Don't like that shot. Edey misses the hook shot, but then Gillis goes over 3. Orange jerseys to grab the rebound and put it back up and in. Hometown kid. And Purdue starts right where they left off. Hawkins, Danger. Guarded by Edey at the free throw line. Danger bounces it to Hawkins. Melendez far corner. Melendez. Trapped. Goes up high. Danger. Backdoor Hawkins. And he's fouled on the shot. So Hawkins will get tripped to shoot 2. His lawyer is called for the foul there. Hawkins, a 63% free throw shooter. Started all 31 games this season. Hawkins, this is funny today. I mean, he's 6th in the Big Ten in turnovers. Shannon has 5. So, I mean, Shannon's trying to do what Hawkins is doing. Brad Underwood's just sitting in his chair. I mean, he's drawn up a few bad plays today, but you can't control your team just looking completely asleep. The first free throw was no good. The second one is good. A 22-point game. You can't trade baskets. Simple math. You got to get some stops. It starts now. Edey double team by Hawkins. He fits the pass into a tight window, and Gillis is fouled on the shot. Stop calling fouls. I don't care if, that was a foul, but just don't call fouls. It makes it so much easier to watch. Gillis looked like it was going to be short, but it's not. And Purdue has hit the 50-point mark with still 18:44 to go in this game. They averaged just over 70 points a game, and they're already at 51 as Gillis is perfect on both free throws. He's 79% from the line. Hawkins, 51-27. Here's Melendez. Danger, that looked like a travel. No call. Hawkins stopped the key. 13 to shoot, Coleman Hawkins. Hawkins on the pivot. Gets it to Shannon. Shannon, Hawkins. Top the key, 3. Hit it. Coleman Hawkins has his first 3 of the day. Hawkins, he shoots 3s. He's got 6 points today. He shoots 3s. He's had some ugly ones this year, but he's able to cut the deficit back to 21 there. That one's scooped to Edey. Edey kick. Wide open look for Newman, and he ain't going to miss that, but there he did. He gets his own rebound. Gillis, open look in the corner. He misses it as well, and the Illini escape a scare there. Meyer running the floor. Matthew Meyer no look past Shannon. Ball movement to Melendez, right back to Shannon for 3. Got it! Terrence Shannon Jr., 18-point game. Back-to-back 3s for the Illini. Gets the boys on the bench standing up a bit. Hawkins and Shannon. Back-to-back possession, 3 balls for Illinois. Gillis to Edey. At the free throw line, Edey, Smith. Smith, shot fake. Turns, Lawyer open look, but he airballed it. And it's knocked out of bounds by Edey. Illinois basketball. 17:05 to go in the second. It's a 6-0 run. Trying to extend it here. Here's Hawkins. Slowly up the floor. Hawkins at the right wing. Meyer top the key, open 3! Oh, that looked goaltending. That's what the bench one says. It rattled around the rim. Somebody touched the net. No call, no finish. Backdoor Edey foul. Wouldn't that have been big? That would have made it a 15-point game, but instead it's a trip to the line for Zach Edey. As Danger fouled him. Danger's already got 3 fouls. Excellent free throw shooter for a 7'4" guy. First one's no good. Illinois with 2 fouls early on in the second half. Second one. Swish there. Hawkins. Playing point guard here, the 6'10". There's Meyer, far corner. Step back 3. He is fouled again. I mean, that's got to be the 10th straight game he's gotten fouled on a 3. This man's unbelievable. He's even smiling about it. I think he was behind the line. No, he was in front of the line. Dang it. So it can't be a 3. It'll be a 2, and 2 shots for 24 Matthew Meyer. 75% from the line. 5th-year senior out of Baylor. First one, he left it short. Didn't really get any arch on that one. And the free throw woes continue for Illinois. They were like 21 out of 24 at the line again the other day against Michigan. I mean, that's what home court advantage does. Second one is good. 18-point lead. Inbound, easily in for Newman. He's got a lot of space ahead of him on the left side of the court. And now Meyer will come out to meet him at the top of the key. Newman bounces it over to Lawyer. Lawyer wanted Gillis, and still get it to Edey. Edey, hand it off. Smith. Smith drives, kicks Newman. Step back from the free throw line. He opted not to pull the trigger. Gillis right back to Newman. Here's Smith left wing. Dishes down to Edey. One-on-one versus Danger. Edey with the finish. Unfair. A 7-inch difference between Edey and Danger. Edey only has 11. But he hasn't been on the court that much either. Danger. Looking for some help. There it is. Hawkins. Right back to Meyer. 10 to shoot. Myers finds some space and dishes it back. Door Danger! Is that Michael Jordan? No! It's the Danger Zone! A one-hand slam! Oh my! He went up with one hand. Looked like he jumped from that Big Ten logo. One-hand flush, Danger. How about that, big man? Now Gillis, Danger on the defensive end with his 4th foul of the game. I mean, it's not a foul. He's straight up. What else do you want him to do? But if you're Danger, you can't be flexing your hip out there. I mean, you're just asking for foul to be called because it looks like a foul if you lean that body into him, even if you are straight up. So it's Danger's 4th. It will be, I didn't see who got fouled there, but he'll be heading to the line. Danger will most likely be sitting down for the rest of the game. In an 18-point basketball game in half number 2, we take the under 16 timeout. Purdue free throws when we return. Played a back and forth second half so far. Purdue grabbed that big halftime advantage, so it's kind of been advantage in their favor to start. They're up 18 with 10 to play. 2 free throws when come back from this under 16 timeout in a game that started an 11-0 Purdue run. Illinois was able to get the deficit into 3 before Purdue ended the half on an 18-3 run. And since we've played somewhat of a back and forth second half, as we are up over an hour and a half on the string. Trying to find any positives going into the Big Ten tournament. This is a big game for seeding. But, I mean, as of right now, it's looking like we're going to be about a 9 seed in the Big Ten tournament. And that's not something to be proud of, but it's also something to feel your juices a bit. Hopefully motivate you, because that's not a pleasant sight. Purdue looking to end the season going 3-3 in their last 6. The Illini have also gone 2-3 in their last 5. looking to avoid a catastrophic finish on the year. A lot of energy at Mackey Arena tonight. Today, I should say. Watching the number 5 team in the country in action. Top 4 teams in the Big Ten tournament receive a double bye. So right now, if Iowa beats Northwestern, or if Iowa, beats Nebraska, Iowa probably gets that double bye. If Maryland, they did. Wow, Penn State came back to beat them. Maryland will not be able to get the double bye. Illinois with a win will be able to, but they got a long way to go. Here's Mason Gillis at the free throw line. First one's good. Gillis, 79% from the charity stripe. Second one's up. And no good. It rattles in and out. Edey pops that rebound up in the air, and Meyer goes up to grab it. Meyer, a good rebounder. He's 5.5 per game. One of the best in the Big Ten. Hawkins handed off Shannon. Shannon back on the floor. He's already turned the basketball over 5 times. He gives it to Hawkins in the corner. Hawkins jabs in. Meyer open look top the key. 3-ball. Knocks it down. 16-point game. Here is Braden Smith. 6th in the Big Ten in assists, trying to get to the basket here. There's an assist, but Gillis could not make the corner 3. Smith is an unselfish player. You know he's good when he averages 9.8 per game, but he's also 6th in the league in assists. Shannon works off a screen. Shannon handed off Hawkins. Hawkins all the way across court, Meyer. Meyer with Newman in his face, pulls up for 3, and that was a bad. I knew he was going to do that because he hit one. He thinks that he can do it again, but you don't need a 3. You just need baskets to keep the momentum on your side instead of trying. You got to take it one step at a time when you're down this much. Edey, they're just leaving him all alone at the left wing. He won't shoot it. Gillis, Edey on Hawkins, gets the home roll. Back to 18 as Purdue just will not let Illinois get back in this game. Hawkins to Shannon. Shannon to Hawkins. Hawkins drives in with the right hand, near block. Jumper. In and out. Rebound. Harris, the putback. Harris has had a few of those today. And he's played a great game. Sincere Harris, number 1, 14 minutes. And he's got 9 points leading the Illini. And now he gets, he picked off that pass and then committed a foul. He also got a kick in the face from Terrence Shannon Jr. as they kind of fell on top of each other. Team's 3rd foul in the second half. I think they got Harris on that foul. Tripping up Newman there. Daines is out with 4 fouls. Purdue not really in any foul trouble. Edey only has 2. Newman. Nice defense from Harris on Smith. Smith, screen from Edey. 7-4 rolls off that screen. Smith dishes it to Edey. It's triple teamed. Kick a long 3. No, as the shot clock was expiring. Edey came down with the rebound, tried to put it back up, but he got rejected. Now Rogers. Harris. Hawkins. No look past Harris. Harris left wing. Back top the key. Open look. Goody right wing. Hey, hits it. Luke Goody. Uh-oh. It's a 13-point game. Timeout, Boilermakers. The Illini have put this back into a game. Luke Goody The redheaded sophomore who missed the first 23 games of the season after he broke his foot in a preseason scrimmage versus Kansas has made this the ball game all of a sudden. Illinois came out of the second half hot from three, 33%, 5 from 15 from beyond the arc today. Purdue's somewhat gone cold. Timeout Purdue. We'll use it as a media timeout. And we'll see if Illinois can stay hot out of the timeout, which they've struggled with this season, that they need it today. They've made the deficit now only 13. Still 12:20 to play. We're back after this short break. Oh, I forgot to turn my camera on there out of the timeout. It was a quick steal from Goody and a layup. It's an 11-point game on an Illinois 7-0 run. Here's David Jenkins. They're giving a different look with him out there on the floor. Lawyer. Edey is now out. Backing down is Kaufman-Renn. Edey's back up. Kaufman-Renn missed it short. Rebound. Goody dives to keep it in bounds. Look out. Hawkins runs the floor. Hawkins. Melendez fakes the three, and then he gets it stripped. That would have been a big possession to score on there. Instead, Ethan Morton in transition. No. Rebound. He rolls all the way around the rim and drops for first. Melendez, bad turnover. Really bad turnover. Some active hands there for Purdue. Rogers. Ty Rogers has been quiet today. 9 minutes into the second half, a 13-point game. Coleman Hawkins. Goody. Long two. In and out. Morton. Ethan Morton kicks it out of bounds to Illinois. And now we'll take the under 12 timeout. A quick steal puts the Illini within 11, but then a few possessions that they can't score on, and we hit the under 12 timeout in a 13-point Purdue advantage. We got a great ball game going down the stretch. The Illini looking to pull off a comeback for the ages in West Lafayette. Another quick break, and we're back right after this. We're back from the under 12 timeout. It's Illinois basketball. Down 13, clawing back in this game. Sincere Harris. Coleman Hawkins. Hawkins works it to the top of the key, picks up his dribble and gives it to Rogers. Goody wants the ball. Instead, Rogers spins into the paint. Kick Harris. Open look left wing. But he missed it too strong. Rebound Melendez. Put back. And he's fouled. 2 shots for RJ Melendez. Melendez has his 3rd point, all of them from the free throw line. Newman back into the game for Purdue. Harris checks out for Illinois along with Rogers, Meyer, and Shannon back on the floor. Melendez goes 2 for 2 from the line on that trip and has made it an 11-point game. Nah, over yet. First, Newman, Jenkins, Edie out there for Purdue. Edie and Morton as well. Newton open three, missed it. Rebound, tipped, and nice job to save it by Morton. First in the far corner. Fresh shot clock with 15. Morton slows it up with 10 to shoot. Jenkins, Edie! Melendez came from behind to poke it away. Melendez in transition. Now Hawkins. Melendez. RJ Melendez. One dribble and a pass to Hawkins. Hawkins lobs it up high for Meyer, who goes up to get it, and he put it in! Matthew Meyer, the deficit is back to single digits. An 11-2 run in the last 3 minutes, 45 seconds. First. Caleb First forces it to Edie. Edie pressured by Hawkins at the top of the key, had to hand it off. Jenkins fights her for some space, and he hits the turnaround jumper. They could have gotten him for a push-off there, I think. Probably better not to call it. So we're inside, 10 to go in the game. Hawkins fakes the three and will drive it on Edie. Now he'll opt to pull it back. Goody, Hawkins right wing. Fakes the three again, drives in again. Melendez on the back door, goes up with two hands and slams it home. RJ Melendez. He's got 6. Caleb First, the 6'10 sophomore to the 7-foot junior Zach Edie. Edie with the ball held high above his head. Jenkins. David Jenkins Jr. spinning, but he missed it short. Rebound tipped to Shannon, gets it to Meyer ahead of the play, and he is fouled. Foul number 4 on Purdue in the half. Illinois was down 21 at the break. Some good defense in the second half. They're starting to heat up offensively. They've been a second half team all year. Pushed it into a 9-point game. Harris checks back in. Gets it to Goody on the inbound. Goody to Meyer. Off a screen, Matthew Meyer. Kick, Hawkins. Fakes the three and will go baseline. And he got absolutely obliterated. No call. Morton lays it in on the other end. And Hawkins is beside himself. Another Illinois turnover. Leads to more Purdue points. Hawkins double teamed at the left wing. Brad Underwood says swing it. He does swing it to Melendez in the corner. Melendez rings it right back to Hawkins. Hawkins works in on Edie. Hawkins reverses it for Goody. Goody tried to split 3 defenders. Goes down to the ground. He's stripped. It's a 2-on-1. Newman with First. First lobs it up. Newman and Harris with the athleticism goes up and knocks that lob away. Under 8 timeout. Illinois with back-to-back turnovers. Purdue with back-to-back points. And it is back to a double-digit lead, but the Illini are inching closer. They need to run down the stretch. Down 11, 7:30 to play from Mackey Arena. Great finish in the Big Ten season finale coming up. Stay tuned. Illinois looking to pull off a comeback for the history books. In the last few minutes, the Illini made 5 of their last 7 field goals, but a few turnovers have put Purdue back up double digits after the lead was cut to 9. 14 turnovers for Illinois today. But they have already put up 26 points in the second half, which is as many as they scored in the entire first half. Leading scorer in the game for Illinois, it's Matthew Meyer in double digits with 11. For Purdue, it's Brandon Newman, who's tripled his season average with 15 today. One thing that's been key in today's game, it's been points in the paint, it's been points off turnovers. Illinois has done a good job with points off turnovers. They've scored on almost every time Purdue has turned the ball over. They've got 7 turnovers. We have 14 points off of turnovers. Bench points has favored the Illini. Points in the paint has favored Purdue. They've got 34 of their 63 in the paint. Now, Edey has been off the floor. Now, we're going to see him back in there because Illinois went on that run. They wanted to put him back in that game. So a good call there from Matt Painter in his 18th season. Newman in the far corner. Here's Caleb First. His pass telegraphed nicely by Shannon, but his arm was just not long enough to get out there in time. First gives it to Edey, who's triple teamed, and Melendez knocked it out of his hand. But they call a foul. Just because Zach Edey loses the basketball does not mean it's a foul. Now a foul away from the ball on the inbound. And Illinois has already put up 16 fouls in the second half. Now we have another whistle. Braden Smith. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. It's an 11-point game. Newman handed off Morton. They're kind of going with a few bench players, but Smith has been out there all game. Edey triple teamed again, trying to get inside leverage on Goody, but he missed the layup. Rebound up for grabs, grabbed by Meyer. Goody is hurt behind the play, gets it to Shannon. Bucket and a foul! Terrence Shannon Jr. will have a trip to the line, trying to make it an 8-point game. But the concern now is for Luke Goody, who hurt that foot behind the play. Or no, he didn't get hurt. He just fell out of his shoe. I thought it looked like he was going down to get his ankle. He was going down to get his shoe. Shannon to shoot his first free throw of the game. He shot a whole lot at Michigan the other day, and he was really good. Almost an 80% free throw shooter on a team that only shoots 68% from the line. It does this Illini team. And that's a big free throw here. Shannon, the lefty. Made it! It's an 8-point game with 6:54 to go. Full court press. Double teamed, but he's able to escape it. Newman with space. Newman kicks to the corner. Gillis slows things down. Purdue can go as slow as they want. They've got the advantage. Newman at the left wing lobs it up for Edey one-on-one with Hawkins. Edey! Contact, no foul, missed it. Here is Matthew Meyer. Meyer, Hawkins, Meyer. Meyer left wing. Meyer, a step back three. Tried to bank it in, no good, and an Illini foul. Bad 3. You do not need a 3, Meyer. You need to do what you did to get back in this game. Instead of, you got to take it one piece at a time. You still got 6:19. Come on. And then they're going to get that foul on Melendez for a push-off. Melendez now has 4 fouls. Him and Danger. Harris has 3. And that puts Purdue in the bonus. A 1-on-1, a 1-and-1. The first shot is good. How are they in the bonus? We can't stop fouling. Both free throws are good from Fletcher Lawyer, number 2 in gold. Heavy 3-point shooting guy. Lawyer with only 2 points tonight, both coming there. They'd like to see him get going a little more, but this has not been the case. Coleman Hawkins, Luke Goody. Shannon right wing, 6 to go. Illinois down 10. Shannon drives with the left hand, picks it up. Now he's in with the right hand. Pulls up, and he is fouled on the jumper from the free throw line. So Shannon's back to the charity stripe to shoot 2. It's going to be a slow 5:55 to close this game out. Shannon has the first one. At the very least, you build positivity here. It's not, I mean, you'd love to win, but I said at halftime, you just need to get something going your way in the second half to at least show some positivity with your team. Shannon's 2 for 2 from the line that time, and he's 3 for 3 on the day. Harris back in the game for Goody. Ooh, man. Interesting there. Full court press. Smith. Harris will go over and take up. 8-point game with 5:45 to play. Smith and now Newman. Meyer pokes it away. Matthew Meyer is fouled. And now the Illini are in the bonus. Lawyer's got his 4th. What a rough day for Fletcher Lawyer. 2 points, 4 fouls. And a 1-and-1 for Meyer. First one! Good! A 7-point game. Big second free throw. It's up! And it's good! A 6-point basketball game. It's a near 5-second violation. The bench wanted it. They aren't going to get it on the inbound, but now a double team. Smith looking for somewhere to go, and it's turned over. Shannon, Rogers, Harris, and 1! Sincere Harris can make it a 1-score game at the free throw line. The full court press forces a turnover. Harris gets the ball, gives it to Rogers, right back to Harris, fouled by Smith, or Newman rather, off the window and in, and 1. Unbelievable! Harris rings around and out. 4-point game. Big Ten basketball. Smith. Dropped off for 80. Lawyer. Hawkins pokes it away. Lawyer's able to track it down at the right wing. 5 to play. 10 on the shot clock. Lawyer at the right wing, guarded by Hawkins. Lawyer trying to generate some space. He drives in with the right hand shot, fake fadeaway, but he traveled. He made the bucket, but he walked. Illinois can make it a 1-score game with a bucket here, as Lawyer just cannot catch a break to save his life. He finally makes a nice move, gets the bucket, but that right foot just slides a bit too much. That lady says, it's a bad call. 5 minutes to go. The Illini have shot 61% from the field in the second half. Purdue, 30%. Terrence Shannon Jr. Screen from Rogers. Shannon gets the handoff from Rogers. Shannon, Hawkins, right wing three! But he missed it. Goody back on the floor, but he can't run down that rebound. Why is Coleman Hawkins the one man shooting that three? Up the floor comes Smith. Smith to Newman. Newman to Edey. Triple teamed. Edey under duress. Missed it. Rebound. First. No fresh shot clock because it didn't hit the rim. But they do catch the break with a foul call. And with 7 seconds on the shot clock. They'll get it under the basket here. Or no, because the bonus, they won't. Where's the foul? Where is it? It's nowhere. That's where it is. First on the 1-and-1. Missed the first one! But he gets another. No! Hawkins came through at the last second to get the rebound. And the Illini get a timeout. To save. Well, actually, they wouldn't save the. Well, they'll get the ball now. Because it is Purdue's possession error. So Purdue would have gotten the ball if we did not get that timeout. The ref says we do have possession there. So he gave us the timeout. And with 4:12 to go, we're taking a break. Buckle your seatbelts. A 4-point game. When what was a 21-point deficit at the break. The Illini have fought back to make it a 4-point game. We got 3 people on in a thrilling game. Purdue's 0 for 4 on their last 4 field goals. The Illini are on a 6-0 run. And Purdue with a few very uncharacteristic turnovers. They're now in double digits on the day. It's been a pretty sloppy game, but if you made threes in the second half for Illinois, it's really helped them out. Meyer leads the Illini with 13 points. It's Newman for Purdue with 15, followed by Smith and Edey with 14-13 respectively. Iowa currently leads Nebraska 28-26. If Iowa wins and Illinois loses, Iowa will get a double round bye. It's been one heck of a ball game. It was all Purdue the first few minutes. Illinois bounced back, got it within 3 in the middle part of that first half. Purdue ended the half on an 18-3 run. Similar story here, except in the opposite way. This time it's been in favor of Illinois. Big Ten basketball at its finest. Hawkins has played a great second half defensively along with Goody. A few steals for Harris and Rogers. Edey has only 13 points, 8 in the first half, 5 in the second half, and not bad for an Illinois team that does not have a designated big man. It is Illinois basketball here out of the timeout. Coleman Hawkins. Terrence Shannon Jr. handed off Rogers. Rogers returns the favor for Meyer. Left wing three. Too short. Rebound. Purdue. Morton, wide open lane for Smith. Oh! Terrence Shannon Jr.! Are you kidding me? Smith thought he had all day. He just lackadaisical put it up, and then Shannon swats her away. But we did have a foul called on Goody, so Newman will be heading to the free throw line to shoot. But that's an effort. Hustle play from TJS. TSJ. I always get that backwards. Newman on the 1-and-1. First one, no good. Meyer hauls in the rebound. Oh, lose my voice. Meyer. Hand it off, Goody right wing. Top the key, Hawkins. Shannon under duress from Newman. Meyer. Matthew Meyer. Meyer works it over the left wing, drives in left hand on Edie. Meyer wants the up and under. Instead, he'll kick it to the corner. Shannon. Shannon's baseline. Pull-up jumper, but he missed it. And rebound first. That would have been a big score there. 3 minutes to play. Purdue ball. 21-point Purdue lead at half has been cut to 4. Edie's pass intercepted. Hawkins. Another turnover from the 7'4" junior. Zach Edey. Now it's Hawkins to slow it up. We're inside 3 to play. Coleman, Hawkins, Matthew Meyer. Meyer, screen, walks in! Layup! And it's a one-score game! Matthew Meyer just slips through a few defenders and has put Illinois right back in this game, if they weren't in it already. But now they're really in it. Timeout, Purdue. This is the closest it's been since 2-0. If I say so off the top of my head. Boilermakers want a timeout. Each team with one remaining. 2:35 to go. The defense on Edey has been spectacular all day. Hawkins and the Illini able to get points off turnover as Meyer splits 2 gold jerseys and then a soft touch off the glass with the right hand. Nebraska and Iowa tied at 33. Purdue ball out of the timeout. Boilers have shot 27% since the break. Illinois, 55%. And they've gotten production from everybody. Everybody has points today. They've got 2 guys with 4 fouls. They've managed it greatly. 20 points off turnovers for Illinois on Purdue's 11. 21 points for Purdue on Illinois' 14. TOs. Newman on the big possession. Newman inbound. Smith. 2.5 to go. Braden Smith. Triple teamed at the top of the key. Able to get it to Lawyer. Feeds Edey. Where's the foul? Just because Edey's double team doesn't mean it's a foul. Oh, Rogers kind of caught him on the arm. Edey shooting 2. He's a good free throw shooter. First one's good. They're in the bonus plus now. So any trip to the line is 2 points. Or is 2 shots. Edey goes 2 for 2 from the line. Iowa's such a good 3-point shooting team. The fans are on their feet. We got 2:15 to go. Hawkins, hand it off Shannon. Shannon, top of the key. Shannon, a step back 3 is good! The deficit is within one, and it's the closest Illinois has been today. Shannon has 13. 67-66, 150 to go. Edie wants first. There he is. Caleb first. Fakes the handoff to Morton. Now he gets it to him. Far corner goes Newman. Newman gives it to Morton. Jab step. Edie inside. Missed the layup. Rebound. Goody! And he gets it to Shannon. The Illini can take the lead with a minute and a half to go. Iowa just made another three. That's ridiculous. Off topic. Meyer darts in. Gets it to Rogers. Rogers. Kick. Hawkins. Hawkins. Backdoor. Meyer. Shot fake. Fouled. And Meyer just broke his tailbone. He's holding the backside. But I think he's going to be all right. He'll have two shots as Edie came on top of him. Oh my gosh, his backside just pounds into the ground as Edie shoved him. Oh my. I mean, he absolutely just shoved him. But Meyer's at the line. He shoots 75%. If he goes 2 for 2 here, the Illini will have their first lead of the game. Four for 5 from the line today. First one is no good. It goes in and out. And now we play for the tie. Second one is up. And good! And it's a tie ball game. First tie since 0-0. Meyer's out of the floor, off the floor. Harris is in. Easy inbound to Lawyer. Illini bring the press. Lawyer beats Shannon to a spot. Lawyer. Hand it off Smith. He's got it at the center court logo. 1 minute to play. Tied at 67. Edie inside. Sack Edie. And there he has point number 15. He's finally able to get some points. And a whistle. They're going to take a look at the clock. Iowa just made another three. That's ridiculous. They're 9 for 20 in the first half as Iowa from three. It's insane. They're reviewing the clock. Purdue is up 2. They add another second on. 57.2 to play. Both teams in the bonus plus. Timeout Illinois. They're out of timeouts. This is enormous. Doesn't get any better than this. A 21-point Illinois deficit at halftime is now a 2-point deficit. They're yet to lead in the game. We'll see who they want to throw out on the court. Illinois ball. Hawkins will take the unbound. Possession arrow favors Purdue with 57 and 2/10 to play. They're on their feet at Mackey Arena. Here's Coleman Hawkins. Hawkins says, go to that corner, Terrence Shannon. Hawkins to Meyer. Ty Rogers. He's a good offensive rebound guy. Look out for 20 and orange. Trying to get that rebound. Meyer at the right wing. Lost the basketball. Out of bounds to Illinois. 7 to shoot. You knew Meyer was going to try a step back three there. He got it poked away from him before he could try it. So now 7 to shoot. Meyer gets it to Shannon. Shannon drives. Shannon's loses the ball. Why did he lose it? Because he got smacked on the arm. Did they call a foul? I bet you could guess. No, they didn't. Edie had a wide open, Shannon had a wide open lane to the basket. They just called a foul on Terrence Shannon Jr. before the inbound. I don't know if that's the right call, but, I mean, you don't even get close to touching him. Now, if you make 2 of these, it's a 2-score game. Oh, my gosh. This team just loves to stress you out. Lawyer is at the line, an 80% free throw shooter. Makes the first one. And if this one is good, this one's in the history books as Purdue's 26th win of the season. Second one. Swish. Purdue will escape. Illinois' comeback's going to fall short. Meyer, step back three from the left wing. Air ball. What are you doing? You don't need a three. It was a 21-point game at half. You come all the way back, and yet you still don't have the heart to push enough to win. There's no fight in this team. There's fight to get back in the game. Once you get back in the game, instead of doing what we did to get back in it, we just do everything we did that made us get down by 21 in the first place. Newman's first free throw is good. And the Illini will be a 9 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Both free throws good from Newman. Now you do need a three. Hawkins, defensive foul. He'll shoot two. Hawkins will shoot 2. He misses the first free throw. I gotta stop streaming Illinois games. They're 1 for 3. And it's not like we played bad, but what do? You tie the game, and then we fall apart at the end. Second free throw, no good. Melendez is fouled, so now he'll go to the line. But I mean, now if you at least make the first one, then you can make it with, if Melendez makes both of these, then you can make it a one-score game. Like, I mean, all you have to do is make one of those, Coleman. Still a 6-point game. 15 seconds. Melendez's first free throw is no good. 0 for 3 at the line in the last 1 second of game clock. 15 of 23 from the line. Second free throw rattles home. Easy inbound to Smith. Fouled by Shannon. 12.3 to go. The Illini will end the regular season at 20-11, 11-9 in the Big Ten, and they will most likely have a matchup with this Purdue team or someone similar, as they will be 7, 8, or 9 seed or so in the Big Ten tournament. A season that has gone up and down. They've only been able to win as many as 4 in a row. They have not been able to hit their stride, have Illinois. They will go 2-4 in their last 6. Purdue will go 3-3 in their last 6. And the team that plays smart always wins. Goody Ahive is good, so that'll add to his totals. Look, Luke Goody, I mean, that was a long 3. Now a foul on Newman with 5.3. You gotta hope he misses both of these, which Newman is not the kind of guy you want to foul. 75% free throw shooter. Shannon fouls out with that last foul. Now, if you make all those free throws, it's a tie game. If Newman makes one of these, it's over. He shoots 2. First one, good. And that seals it. 26-5 for Purdue. Both are good from Newman. A few clutch ones down the stretch. Goody, one last heave. Bank is no good. And the Illini comeback falls short. You dig yourself in a hole in the first half. This is a team that's shown they're capable to come back, but it's a team that's shown that they are not able to close games down the stretch. A 21-point game at half ends in a 5-point win for Purdue. It was a thrilling game with a nice little finish. The Illini got within 3 in the first half after going down early. They got back to tie it late in the second, but then went away from everything that got them back in that game. And then now they will be a 9 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Right now they're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seed. Now you just got to hope that Iowa or somebody has a loss. That would get really lucky so that you can at least be a 7. But right now, it's looking like an 8 or a 9 for Illinois in the Big Ten tournament. An embarrassing regular season, but now you look towards the tournament. You put everything behind you. You put together your disgrace towards your state, if you could call it that. 2011 season in Illinois basketball, the way it's gone these last few years, that does look as a disappointing season. But it's not about how the regular season goes. It's about how you perform in the playoffs. We'll see what Illinois can do. Big Ten tournament next week as they lose to number 5 Purdue 76-71. You can't say they didn't fight till the end. They were right there the whole time. Or not, but they were right there most of the first half. They were right there most of the second half. But we got to work on closing games, especially if you want to win these games in the tournament down the stretch. Illinois falls to Purdue in a tough Mackey Arena environment. They came out slow. They finished hot. But at the end, Purdue was the better team, and that's how the game went. Illinois got more turnovers. They had a better field goal percentage, but Purdue made their free throws. They made the key shots. They kept care of the ball, and they stuck with their game plan. So an effort that you can't complain with for Illinois. But before the tournament, we got to work on starting fast. We got to be able to handle the environment. We got to take care of the basketball. Those are my 3 bullet points for Brad Underwood's squad as we have to the tournament time. Big Ten tournament next week. Purdue will be the 1 seed. Illinois most likely an 8 or a 9. Now they turn their attention to Iowa, Nebraska. Go Huskers for Illinois fans today as the Illini fall on the road at Mackey Arena. It was going to be my final Illinois basketball stream of the season. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. We made it up to 2.5 hours, and it was one heck of a game to do. But the Illini fall. Final score 76-71. Number 5 Purdue knocks them off at home. Goodbye, everybody, and we will see you next time. Boilermakers, beat the Illini.